Hey, everybody. My name is James, and I know everybody else is doing kind of like educational stuff, but Ryan was nice enough to let me do one about our cat rescue program here at Oppenheimer Cat Rescue. This is our monthly cat adopt-a-thon live stream. I hope everybody out there is doing pretty great. Thanks to all of our supporters out there and returning viewers. If you haven't seen one of these before, you're in for a treat. So we're going to be talking about some of the shelter cats that need adoption. We're going to be showing some pictures and talking about what might make them a good fit for somebody. So all the cats we're going to show off today are for adoption. If you feel a special connection, I encourage you to reach out to me in the chat. Again, my name is James. If you make a connection with one of the cats that we're showing today, just type the name of the cat in the chat, talk about them, let me know, okay? So let's kick it off with just a little bit about OCR. I know you want to get to the cats. Don't worry, this is just going to be quick and painless. We are located 12 miles outside of Crystal Springs, Nevada. It is just across the road from the northeast entrance to the Nevada Test and Training Range. We were founded in, there we are. We were founded in 1966. So a little bit about our history. When the military was decommissioning their nuclear rocket development station, they sold off a bunch of the land for basically nothing. And our founders thought that it was a good idea to build here for cheap and to have more money to take care of the cats. And we have this joke, like, we're close to the nuclear test site. OCR, we say, is the bomb. So speaking of our cats, we take in about 150 cats each year. Our cats tend to be either special needs or like unique biology. So we do get a lot of cats that are less desirable. But we know that there's a special home out there for every one of our fur babies. About a quarter of our drop-offs come from Crystal Springs, and the rest are either born here or are found in the military base or surrounding sites. Our main adopters come from Crystal Springs or military personnel who live or work on the nearby sites. All right, so let's meet some cats. We are going to start with Snowball. So Snowball is new to the shelter. She comes from a local Crystal Springs family. She's 9 months old. She's really social. This family found her in their shed, but like they couldn't take her because they had a newborn, so they thought we could take care of her. She's very curious. She loves string, and this is super cute. She is currently learning to meow, which is a very fun.
It's so hard.
And cute thing. It's so hard. I know. I'm not very good at it, and I spend a lot of time with cats. So, like I said, any of these cats, if you're interested, just throw Snowball in the chat there, okay? Next up, we have Scarlet. So Scarlet is 3 years old. Scarlet is super soft, as you might be able to see. She does have 3 front paws. She has a slight genetic abnormality, but we don't judge around here. She's still got 4 on the floor, unless she's rolling over for a tummy rub, which is just about every morning before breakfast. So that's a little bit about Scarlet. Our next kitty here, we've got Chester. Chester is 9 years old. He's been with us for a little while. He loves to scoot. Okay, so Chester is a funny boy because without any front paws, he likes to scoot around a lot. And scooting and rolling is kind of how he gets around. I should mention that Chester is afraid of loud noises. So when he hears something loud, he gets startled. But because of his condition, he can't run away, and he kind of just spins in a circle, like spin a bottle. Anyway, so if you have a barky dog, Chester wouldn't really be a good fit for your home because of the fact that he's kind of scared of those loud noises and he can't really get away. But that's Chester. He's a big hunk of love, and we love him. So this is Clementine. So she's 5 years old. She's a total sweetheart, right? But people always ask us, why does Clem wear a cone since she can't really scratch herself? She's one of our babies without any limbs. She actually has a little bit of a hard time bending her neck down to eat. So we serve her food in the bottom of the cone. And so she doesn't really have to bend down as much. She just licks it up from where she's sitting. And she loves orange slices. That's why she's called Clementine. You'd think it's because that she's orange, but she actually loves to eat lemon slices out of her cone.
Lemon.
I would ask if that is healthy, but I think there are better things to be worried about here.
It's totally healthy. We looked it up on the internet, and cats can eat orange slices. So here's what I'm going to say. If you're somebody that just would just love to pet and pet and pet your cat all day, Clementine would be a really good pick for you because she isn't really self-sufficient in the scratching department. She wears a cone to eat. Like I said, she loves scritches. Also, she needs to be carried to the litter box and everywhere she goes. So let's talk about Stanley. Stanley is another one of our curious cases. This little guy, he might look chunky from the side, but he's actually really thin, like paper thin. He's basically two-dimensional. So you need to be okay with him being an outdoor cat, since he can really slip out under any door. Stanley, he loves scratches on his side, but just be careful. If you pet his back, you're going to get something like a really nasty paper cut. Mine still hasn't really healed from a couple of weeks ago. I'm kind of concerned about it, but I mean, it's not Stanley's fault that he's two-dimensional and basically razor thin. So Stanley never really eats much food. It's actually really hard to tell if he eats any food since he just leaves his food bowl with a bunch of kibbles cut in half. But that must be why he's so thin, because he never really eats anything. That'll save you some money. He's also got a little extra leg if you need it. Bobby is a recent drop off to the center. He's about 3 years old, and he came to the shelter after his owner moved into a retirement community. He comes from a pretty loving home. We met the owner. He lived peacefully with a doggy friend, so that's a plus. Bobby loves spending hours and hours asleep on your lap. So if you're home a lot, he would make an excellent kitty roommate. So then our next kitty is Randall.
Randall.
He's just 1 year old, but he fills a room like any cat. He's part tabby, part serval, and so Randall is he's our resident town crier. So he's basically always yowling, not over and over again, but just one continuous, never-ending noise. So it's a bit of an adjustment, but you get used to it. In fact, I prepared for this. Let me pop into Randall's room and see if he can say hi. Randall, hey, you're live streaming. Hey, say hi to everybody on the internet. Hey, I think they can hear you. They got the picture. Randall's super cute. Okay, we're gonna leave him. That's Randall. That's just, I wanted to give you a taste so you know what you need to get used to. If you know somebody that's deaf or hard of hearing, maybe a grandparent, this would be a great fit for a kitty that's kind of a hard sell to anyone else. So if you're interested in Randall, just let us know in the chat, please. So next up, we've got Nimbus. Let me take a sip here. Yeah. So we're not really quite sure how old Nimbus is because he just showed up on our doorstep one day. And this happens sometimes with cats. He's super soft. One thing that you should know about Nimbus is that he loves sleeping. You haven't really seen him do much else, really. He doesn't seem to eat much or drink much. And as a cat owner, I can tell you that's a huge plus because Lord knows I spend too much on cat food. Am I right, cat owners? I have to mention that Nimbus is on a wait list because just before this live stream, I did get a call from someone at the military base who said that they wanted to check him out. But people call in and don't show up all the time. So don't hesitate to add your name to that list. And I'll get back to you if that military thing doesn't pan out. So this is Wendy. Wendy is 2 years old. Wendy is an OCR girl through and through. She was born here 2 years ago, and it's been challenging to find her a home because she's just a body. Like, some people always say, I want a cat with a head and legs and a tail, but there's a lot of cats out there that don't have all that, and they're still total sweethearts. We love Wendy, but we know that there's a home out there for her, despite her just being a body. And we checked; she's definitely not just a cushion. She purrs sometimes, but it's like kind of hard to tell where it comes out from. So last up, we have Hunter. Hunter just loves his bone. Okay, so we're going to move on to some success stories from previous months. We showed some of these kitties, and they got adopted. So this is Charlotte. She was in the shelter for 16 months, and she's a bit of a loner, and we were having a hard time finding a family for her. She was subject, as you may have heard, she was the center of some local drama when a church started campaigning to brand her the spider cat. And they said all kinds of nasty things about her, like on social media and on the news, and they protested outside her building. But because it got on the local news, Charlotte was adopted the next day by a really nice man in a ponytail, and I think that she's got a pretty safe home right now. Our last success story that we have is Bread. He spent a pretty short time in the shelter these past few weeks, and it was really challenging to work with him. He's a very challenging boy. He had some special biology that would make it hard to keep his bad habits in check. But we had a visitor from the testing facility at Area 25 come by this week, and he seemed like very serious about getting some tests done on Bread, which we just couldn't afford because it's really expensive to get certain tests done. So he wanted to get some tests done, figure out what's wrong with him, what's going on with him. So I'm really glad to hear that those potential vet bills didn't scare him off, but this man came, he took him, and so he's got all these conditions. He was adopted, and he was adopted by, somebody from the military. OCR totally supports our troops, and we love when our men in black adopt from us. That's all we have for you this month. I thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for participating in the live streams. I hope that you had fun, and I hope that you posted in chat if there was a kitty that felt right for you or for someone you love. So